Good evening, Gambians, diasporas, and viewers viewing us Gambia beyond. Today we have guests. We will be discussing on the voter registration. My guests are here, and I would love them to introduce themselves. In my right hand, gentleman, can you please tell us who you are?
Yeah, good evening, viewers and everyone in the Gambia here. I am Ibrahim Abaji, the Secretary General for Youth Movement for Civic Education. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ibaji. And in my far left, I will also love my this gentleman also to introduce himself.
Yes, good evening to you all. My name is Aliuba, the media officer for YMCE. Thank you.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, and it's a pleasure having you people here. And of course, I am honored because today we are going to discuss about the voter registration. As we are all aware that the voter registration has really commenced, and looking at it, it's a supplementary voter registration, wherein people or citizens or franchise that have already got their voters card, if their voters card is not scratched, lost, they are not required to go and then look for another voters card. But this is for people that they never got voters card. They can go look for a new voters card, and as well as those that voters card has been lost, missing, damaged, or any kind of understanding that they can able to have in their voters card, they are required to go and look for voters card again. Um, Again, the IEC have already sent out their polling centers, and then their how to call it officials also have started this work in various centers. So, what is your take? Do you think it's necessary for us to go and then look for a voter card, especially when it comes to the IEC?
Yes, thank you very much for that question. Yeah, I think it is very necessary, particularly for those who may not have a voter's card and they are due to have a voter's card. Because looking at the Gambia, it is very, very important that each and every one of us who is due to vote has a voter's card to vote. Because we are in a very critical situation, and citizens, this is the right time for them to decide on who they want to lead them. So you can only do that, or you can only take part in this process if you have a valid voter's card. So I believe it is very important and it is very necessary for every citizen who is 18 and above to try and get a voter's card. And for those who may have voter's card last election should also try and see whether their voter's card are still with them or whether they are missing. So in case they are missing, they should also try and find out and then try to get new voters card so that they can take part in this electoral process.
Thank you. And of course, you've talked about franchises that have reached at the age of 18 can actually go and acquire this voters card. But again, Mr. Ibrahima, I want to know who are these people that are required to have a voters card? Because sometimes it's kind of funny and it's kind of confusing to other people. I can be 17 and yet I am having a voters card. What do you think? If somebody is having 17 years, does the person have the requirement to go and then have a voters card, or it's not actually necessary for an individual to go to look for a voters card, especially when an individual is in 17 years, not actually 18?
Yeah, thank you so much for the question. And then before I come to your questions, I think I have to thank the IEC for introducing this, supplementary voter registration, because I believe it is very important looking at the duration between 2021 to 2025. There is a huge, distance of 4 years. So there were many people who cannot afford the voter card due to their age limit. So looking at the duration, we have many people who are now 18th and then above 18th, and they are due for registration. So I believe this process of registration is very important. And then many people were also outside the country, couldn't register the last election. Others are in prison, couldn't have the chance to register, and now this is their chance to register. Coming to your question, the people who should have a voter's card, first, you need to have what we call 18 years and above. If you are not 18 before election day, that is on the 5th, you are not, required to have, a voter card.
So what I want to understand here is,
Yeah.
in a situation that we are already in May,
Yes.
and I am 17 right now, but by December 15, I may probably have, 18, and we already know that the process is on.
Yeah.
That the IEC have already deployed their official men who will be responsible to make voters card for the citizens. So I, who is just 17, but then by December 5th, I will have my 18 years. Does it require for me to go and look for a voters card?
Yes, I will say a big yes, because looking at the duration, like you said, December 5th is the election. So by December 5th, you are having your 18th years. So that means you are qualified to vote on that day. So if you were born on December 5th, and then the coming December 5th is going to be your birthday, then you are qualified to have a voter card so that you can vote on that day.
Thank you so much. Yes, Mr. Ba, I really want to know if you want to go and then have this voters card, what are the documents actually required for one to be valid or considered to have a voters card? What are the documents that's required?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think there are many documents that one can use to get a voter's card. And part of those documents are ID card, that is the national ID card, or your passport, or your birth certificate. And for those who may not have these documents, can go to the alcalo, and the alcalo will give them an attestation to show that they are actually living in that particular village or town. So when you don't have a birth certificate or an ID card or a passport or any of these documents, you can go to the alcalo, and the alcalo will give an attestation, and that attestation will be enough for you to get a voter's card.
All right. Yes. Coming back to Mr. Baji, I want to know what is the duration for this voter registration exercise? I know very well that they have started, but when do you think that they are closing this voter registration? What I mean to say, is it going to be the exercise? Is it going to be for 2 months, or is it going to be for 1 month? How long will this duration of this exercise? How long will it take place?
Yeah, thank you so much. So I believe according to the IEC's calendar, they have started this month on the 8th, and then it will take them almost 1 month, not more than 2 months, because they are ending next month, that is May. We are in April, they are ending it May 28th. So it is going to take almost 1 month, but not more than 2.
Yeah, because I think it may go 40 days, something like that.
Yes,
Yeah, it
something
could be
like
around
that.
40 days.
It will touch 20s. I'm not certain, but it's like 23rd or 28th.
All right.
Yes, it
So-
will be the closing.
All right. So, Mr. Ba, looking at the how to call it, the exercise, what time does the exercise starts? Is it from 10 o'clock in the morning? What time does the exercise closed? Is it around 12 o'clock in the evening? We want to know what time does the exercise start. That is the voter registration I'm talking about, the supplementary voter registration. That is what actually I'm talking about. What time does it start and what time does it close? We want to know.
Yes, if my mind could serve me well, I think it usually starts by 8 a.m. up to 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Yeah, so I think anybody who wants to register within this time, 5 p.m., right?
This time
Yes.
adjust,
All right.
adjust the time to 5.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. So you see to it that from 8 p.m. to 5 p.m., no matter how busy you are, at least you'll be able to find 1 or 2 hours to go and get your voter's card. For example, if you are a woman who usually goes to the market in the morning or cook lunch in the morning, you can go and get your voter's card immediately after lunch. Or if you are also going to school or you are going to work in the morning, when you close in the afternoon shift, you can still go and get your voter's card. So I think the time frame is good for anybody who wants to get a voter's card.
Yeah, thank you so much. And of course, I would love to ask Mr. Baji, because sometimes people are not really educated, or probably most of us we are educated, but we don't want to follow required directions. Does IEC come out with a calendar, and then also having the targets? When are they supposed to be in KMC? When are they going to be in West Coast? When are they going to be in LRR, in URR, in CRR, CRR North and CRR South? Do IEC come up with such kind of calendar? And again, is IEC doing its best to make sure citizens are accessing that document if they have come out with it?
Yeah, thank you so much for the question. Yes, IEC have come out with a calendar that shows the various locations of the registration centers. So, looking at our area here,
Which area are you?
That is Bajonkoto.
When you say Bajonkoto, where? Because I think in Gambia, we have many areas that are referred to as Bajonkoto.
Fajikunda Bajonkoto.
Oh, okay.
Fajikunda
constituency. Okay.
Yes. Right. So looking at our area here, we have at least a duration of 1 week.
Okay.
That they are going to spend here around on the 4th. They will start in our area here in Bajonkoto.
Yes.
So they will spend the whole 1 week here from morning to 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. Okay.
You understand? So, but this calendar, as you rightly mentioned here, I can say it doesn't reach to the people.
Okay.
Yes, because I myself, many people are asking, when are they coming?
Okay.
So if people are asking me, when are these people coming? That means the information didn't reach the people.
Okay.
Yes, so I believe, by next time, IEC should come up with another agenda that that this, calendar will reach the people before the starting of the
because my idea could have been like, okay, so long they are able to come up with a wholesome calendar, they can able to extract it. You understand? Because they have a representative in all these wards, probably I can say, or maybe all these constituencies. So they could have also add up in their officials or their personnel, so that they can be meeting alcalos and then be telling them, okay, you're this area, make sure your people know that, okay, this is the time that we are coming to do our exercise. I think that way many will actually have the information easy and quick.
Sure.
But then if you want to leave it in the hands of like people to go and make research, go to the internet, and Gambia, we are not up to the level of digitalization. We are on the process, but we are not up to par. So I think that it's a good thing. And then coming back to Mr. Ba, I think I would say this is going to be my last question. What do you think that this voter registration or the supplementary voter registration, what are some of the challenges that you think we may face, along the way?
Yeah, some of the challenges we may face as maybe citizens or as people who want to get this voter's card. Sometimes it's like the long queuing.
Yeah.
Sometimes people will be many because the people who do not have voter's card, like from 2021 to now, is 5 years. There are a lot of people who have turned 18 who were not 18 last year. So most of those people will be trying to get their voter's card. And there are people also who were 18 last year but couldn't get a voter's card.
And what do you think when the queue is long? Do you need to okay, now because the queue is long, I have to go home and then let it be like that. If I have the voter's card, it's okay. If I don't have it, it's okay. Do you think people should react to such kind of things?
Well, many people nowadays feel very lazy to wait or to stand at one place and wait for a long period of time. But I think it's very important to understand that this is election process and it is very, very, very vital for you to have your voice in the electoral process of the country.
Okay.
So if you want your voice to be heard, then you need to have a voter's card.
Yeah.
And if you want to have a voter's card, then you need to be patient because you are not the only one that needs to have the voter's card.
Sure.
So I think anybody who is going there to get a voter's card should put this in mind, that it may not be as quick as he or she wish.
Okay.
So when they go to the election or voter registration place, they have to be patient and wait for the queue, no matter how long it is.
And how do you see like people coming up with political party affiliations with their T-shirts, and then yet they want people to know that okay, I am in this political party. I have come to to register myself so I can able to access a voter's card. Do you think that is going to be something advantageous?
Well, personally, I would say I don't support that idea of going to get a voter's card with your T-shirt. I think no matter what party you support, you have the right to support any political party you wish. But no matter what party you support, there should be a time of politics and there should be a time of you wearing those T-shirts or doing anything in relation to politics. I think you all go there for one purpose, that is to get the voters card. So it does not matter whether you are NPP or UDP or PDIS or GDC. You are not going there to campaign. And wearing that T-shirt can cause violence or problem between you and somebody else.
Violence that have actually reminded me by considering other people that has definitely affiliated themselves to a political party. You come into register and they said, this guy is from Jene, this guy is from Casamas. You know, what do you think that we can able to do so we can able to avert such kind of things?
Yeah, those things must happen because people's understanding differs. Some people are mature enough to respect other people's opinion. Some people are mature enough to understand that we cannot all be in one political party. But some, they do not see it that way. Whenever you are in a different political party with them, they tend to use it against you. So in instances like that, I think we should all be mature enough to know where to, talk about politics and where not to. When you go to get a voter's card, even if someone tries to, make fun or mockery of your political party, it's important for you to show maturity, to show them that, look, I'm not here for politics, I'm here to get my voter's card. So there's no need for push and pull, just try to get your voter's card and then leave.
Thank you so much. Finally, I would like to give Mr. Baji to give us his final words as a closing. Maybe you have a message for Gambians, Gambian beyond, and the diasporas, especially when it comes to this voter registration. What's your final take?
Yeah, my final take here is it's going to be a little word of advice. I will tell my people, that's the Gambian people, that politics come and go, and we the people remain. So let us be very careful, and then the way we paint people, with bad names, like we tend to say people are not Gambians and they should not require a voter card just because of politics. So we have to be very careful of those words. You understand? Recently, we have seen, videos and audios going viral. People are saying they are fellow Gambians. They are from Casamas, they are from Guinea. Painting people bad names, like they are not Gambian, so they are not eligible for voters card just because of politics. So we have to be very mindful of that. We are all Gambians.
Thank you.
So elections should not,
Ignite us to
ignite us,
violence, Yeah.
So it's very important we take note of that. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. And finally, Mr. Ba, what final word do you have to say as far as we looking at the scope of the supplementary voter registration? That's the scope that we are looking at. So, on an angle, what is your final take?
Yeah, I think my final take would be to advise Gambians, not only the people who are going to look for voters card, but even the alcalos, starting with them, because many people will go to the alcalos to get an attestation, and it is very important for alcalos to understand that they are not there to serve the ruling party; they are there to serve everybody. So if there's anybody who is not qualified to get an attestation, they should not issue the attestation. And then if there's somebody also who is qualified to get an attestation, even that person is not from the same party with them, they should be bold enough to issue that attestation to that person. So to the people who are going to vote, to the electorate also, I will advise them to exercise patience and to also be tolerant to one another. Because elections sometimes could be very tense, but it is very important that we put it at the back of our mind that election come and go, like Ibama said. So if we allow some of these petty things to get between us, after the election, it's going to bounce back on us because we are the ones living in the same community, in the same neighborhood. the people that we are going to elect, some of us may not even come back to our communities. So once we are not in good term, even after election, it will be very difficult to take the country forward. So let's vote for competence. Let's not vote for friendship or tribalism or any other reason, but then let's vote for the people who we think can bring change in this country. And then my final word will be about the registration process. For those who are trying to get a voter's card, it's very important for them to understand that anywhere you get the voter's card, that is where you are eligible to vote. So in case if you are currently on school or staying somewhere else for a short period of time and you know the election period will not meet you at that particular time, it's important that you go to a place where the election will meet you so that when it's time for election, you will not have to travel for a long distance to go and vote. So wherever you are to get the voter's card, try to get it in a place where you will be able to go and cast your vote when it's time for election.
Of course, today our main point of discussion is the supplementary voter registration, and we have heard from the panelists, that is Mr. Baji and as well as Mr. Ba. They have talked about very substantial and important things that we all need to put aware of. And of course, we want to remind you that the alcalos are there for everybody. And of course, this voter registration is a requirement because you cannot vote without having what we call a voter's card. And your voice definitely matters. On that note, until when we come on your way next time,